Keep making mistakes. Allow yourself the space of non-judgment and acceptance where you can experience and play and try things and fail and see two things. First, that mistakes very often are actually our biggest blessings in disguise. And another perspective, the second one, that mistakes, to label whatever happened as a mistake, is even just a judgment of our very human mind. And from a broader perspective, something like mistakes doesn't even exist. I'm going to share a little bit more with you on these two perspectives in this video. Before we get into that, I want to introduce myself real quick and welcome you on this channel. I am Johanna, and I'm just allowing the flow of life to express itself through me on here with the flavor of me, the flavor of Johanna. Feel free to say something, to introduce yourself in the comments below. We're building a really beautiful community of conscious souls on here. All right, so I heard an actress give a speech a couple of days ago, and I really resonated with it because she was reframing mistakes. So she was saying how she failed. It was a very famous actress from the TV show Friends, and she was saying how she failed many times, how she got didn't get roles, couldn't work as an actress, people were rejecting her, and how because of that, then one night she was going out and was really like outgoing because she was like, well, everybody already rejected me, so what can happen? And she flirted with that very handsome man who she said was out of her league. And now she has been married with him for many, many years, and they have kids. And she said something similar about the role she got in the TV show Friends, that she only got it because of all the failure before, all of the rejection before. And I think this is such a beautiful example. And we all know that, right? We all have experienced it where in the moment or shortly after we thought, oh my God, this was so bad. This was like the worst mistake that ever happened to me, the worst mistake I ever did. And then later on, we look at it again and we're like, wow, no, actually, this was one of the biggest blessings because I learned so much from that. And this is the key in the evolution as being a human, right? On this human surface level, that we experience things. It's important to make mistakes because we're growing through that. I'm not saying intentionally going around and hurting people or whatever, no. I'm saying doing something with a good heart and then failing, making a mistake, doing it not as you think it should have been, or it didn't look like how you thought it should look like. These are the moments where we're growing the most, where we're remembering the most. These are the moments where we become aware of something. These are the moments where some would say we really rise or we grow through that because we become aware of something through that. So you could even say our mistakes are our biggest gifts. They're lessons, beautiful lessons in disguise. So why not allow yourself to make mistakes? Why not allow yourself a little bit more to play and to experiment and to fail? I think so often then the fear comes in, right? And then the fear, we let it be in charge, the fear of making a mistake. We don't even try. And that's okay, but it's so beautiful to bring awareness to it so that this fear can still be there, maybe, possibly, but not be in charge anymore. That we don't let this fear be in charge. This fear of, I shouldn't even try because I'm going to make a mistake. I shouldn't even try because I'm going to fail anyway. That we can hold that fear, see that fear, be aware of it, and do it anyway, knowing that from a broader perspective, there are no mistakes. You could say that the human experience, the play, the dance, and on some level, we are here to evolve and to grow, and that happens mostly through mistakes. And from a deeper level, or higher, however you want to say it, even the label mistakes is something, it's a label our human mind is putting onto something. It is a judgment. It is a judgment of ourselves. It's a judgment of something that is around. And if we look at nature, or a young child, or a dog, they don't have that concept. They don't even have the idea of there can be a mistake. They just allow the flow of life to happen, allow this experience to happen, and then never comes in this thought or idea of a mistake. I should not have done that, right, in the past or in the future. I'm not going to be doing that because I'm too afraid. I'm not going to be doing it now because I'm afraid of the future mistake or failure or whatever. And that's because, and I think it's so important to understand a little bit more how this works and how our human mind works, so we can remember who we really are and then choose. Because there must be two things, right? If there is self-judgment and the judgment of I'm making a mistake, or this, what I did or who I am is a mistake, it's a judgment. And there are two things we're creating inside of ourselves: something that is being judged and someone that is judging. So we're creating a split in ourselves. Nature doesn't do that. The dog doesn't do that either. They're fully at one with who they are. And it's not about trying to become a tree or trying to become a dog, even if we would want that, right? It's about letting nature teach us this. Letting nature teach us the space and the perspective of no mistakes. No mistakes. Or that mistakes are our biggest gifts and our biggest blessings, where we grow so much that we should make a lot of mistakes. This is your invitation to let go of self-judgment a little bit more, to have a little bit more compassion for yourself, or even better, a lot of compassion for yourself. You have been conditioned. Yes, you have that perspective of, I have done a mistake, I'm going to make a mistake, I shouldn't have done that, why did I do that? These thoughts are there. We all have them and they're fine. But they don't need to be in charge. You can choose. Have a little bit of more compassion for yourself. Give yourself space to be just a little bit more a little bit more space to be and to breathe and to experience this life and to play, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow, remembering that in your essence, you're not even learning or growing or playing, you just are, and you're whole. Keep making mistakes and have some compassion for yourself. Thank you for being here with me.